Okay, so this video is just a overall walkthrough of the course shell. And so when you log in, this is what you'll see. And you'll have you'll see the schedule change stuff that we've already talked about. This is where these course orientation videos that I'm recording for you as we speak are going to be found here. They're hidden at the moment, but by the time you view this, they'll be available to you. And then after that will be this forum, a new forum that I set up in lieu of us being able to get together in person. And you'll be able to ask questions of any course questions. And if you would like to introduce yourself, since we didn't have the opportunity to do that together in person, you'll be able to do that as well. And both your teaching assistant and myself will be monitoring this discussion forum. So if you submit an introduction, we'll respond. And if you ask a question, we'll make sure it gets answered by one of the two of us. Okay. Start here menu. By the time you get to this video, you'll have gone through the start here menu video. Likewise, the course schedule and the syllabus. Okay. Now, here, what I've done is you're going to see. So you have this sort of singular big assignment in the health IT policy analysis paper. Now, that's broken down as I mentioned when we're talking about the course grading in the syllabus video. This is you're going to have a draft. You're going to have a draft and final proposal. That'll be your first two iterations. That's broken down here. The instructions for that in this module. So this is going to have video and written instructions, as well as a template. Okay, so and the other module, the other assignment module, will look very similar in format. Okay, so you'll find written instructions. Okay. You'll find pops up video instructions. Okay, so this video we're going to go over okay, so you'll have video instructions for the assignment. You'll have so not only will you have a template, but you're also going to have a section by section guide to that. How to fill in the template for your proposal. Okay, and there'll be a rubric here. Let me just stop on this real quick. Okay, so please use the template provided. It's meant, one, to make it easy for you. It also sets you up to have a nice looking, looks very professional. I'll show you what it looks like here. Okay, so you can just download this, and then your template, the sections of your proposal already prefab there for you, so you can just complete the document, and it's going to look nice and professional for you. So please, I do expect you to use the template as part of the assignment. Okay. The submission link, so you just click on that. You'll get the link to upload it when you're ready, and when you submit the final, you'll see there's an extra document here just to sort of create a reminder for you before you submit the final. Make sure you have gone through the feedback. I'm going to give you each of you individualized feedback about your draft proposal. The primary requirement of the final version of the proposal is that you have responded to the feedback I've provided for you about your draft document. You submit the same document, I'm going to send it back to you without a grade. Okay, so just make sure that you address all the feedback in the draft when we go through the draft. You submit the draft, and I give you feedback on the draft. Okay, and so when we get to the paper itself, you're going to see very similar in format. You're going to have written instructions, video instructions. You have a You're going to have I'll show you what this looks like here. I just combine them, meaning the downloadable template. Okay, so there's your, that's your outline, not your template. So this is the outline, and this is a page by page outline guidance, or section by section rather, I should say, outline guidance. And here is your template. Okay, again, please use the template. It's there to make your life easier, because when this pops up, you will see I've created a nice looking cover page for you. And all those sections that you need to have completed for your paper are already prefabbed in here for you. So you can just start building your paper right in this document. So you download this, and then you just can start your paper, start working on your draft right in here. Okay, and and I do expect you to use a template, so that'll be part of your grade. Okay, and then just like with the draft proposal, we'll go through a round of feedback, and you'll see here, um, do not submit your final paper until you have gone through your draft feedback. Um, just like with the proposal, anyone who sends me a final version of the paper at the end of the semester that is the same document you submit as a draft, I'm sending it back without a grade, and it's going to be the end of the semester, and that'll be a situation you don't want to be in. Okay, so please make sure you go through all the feedback that I provide. I try to be very detailed about it, make sure it's easy to understand. Of course, you can ask questions of myself or your teaching assistant about my feedback. You need any clarity on any comment I made. Your teaching assistant will actually be helping me with that part of the process. So in terms of making sure you understand the feedback that's been provided. Okay. Again, the idea, to state it in the positive, the idea is when you go to submit that final paper, you're going to feel fully confident because we're going to have been through 3 iterations at this point, including a detailed draft and feedback loop, so that you have, okay, I go through this, and this. I fix this and this. I add some more content here. I tighten up the grammar and spelling throughout the document, those kind of things. And you're gonna know that you're in good shape submitting the file. Okay, and that's the idea. All right, so those are your 2 assignment modules for your policy analysis proposal and paper. Okay. Now, what I'll do is I'm going to just go through one of these modules, but these are your week-to-week lecture content modules. Okay, this is sort of the meat of our course, if you will. So they're all similar in format. At the beginning, you'll have assigned readings, and when I say assigned readings, these will be PDF'd articles either from a news publication or a peer-reviewed journal publication. So for here, you'll see we've got a AMIA article and a Wall Street Journal article. All right. The quizzes, you will have quiz questions when you get to the end of this module. When you have your quiz, you'll have quiz questions from these articles. So please read them. Okay, and plus they're I go through these to make sure they're reflecting the current state. The readings actually are sort of an easier way to make sure that we're looking at things that are happening currently. So the articles really try to be like modern, current topics. So hopefully the content is engaging as well as just reading it for the quiz. Okay, it's the idea anyway. All right, so then you'll get into the lecture slides. I try to make these dynamic so that they're a combination of written content, audio content, video content, and you'll see graphics and illustrations on some of these. So you'll have a combo of of images and audio and video and text. So try to make it engaging and dynamic for you, and hopefully that it's not terribly arduous to go through these. At the end of each module, so all these lecture content modules are formatted the same. You'll have your quiz. Your quiz will be on just that module, okay? And you'll go through those and submit those each week, okay? And they're not meant to be tricky. I don't think they're terribly hard. The idea is to give you a chance to revisit the content to help encode it. A lot of this stuff is by design to be applicable. Some of it in a very foundational way, and some of it in a current topics way, but meant to be applicable to what you're going to be doing as you grow into, as you kind of walk your journey as a health IT professional. Okay, so every single one of these are formatted the same way. There'll be one each week, and concluding week 13 on reducing health-related disparities. Okay, the last module for you guys is this article selections. So what I do is whenever I read an article, which I try to read pretty consistently, I read something I think it's relevant to you guys in the context of this course, I'll drop it in this folder here. And the idea is that these could be potentially help you come up with topics for your paper. In fact, these I got so many of these here at one point that I started grouping them in larger links because I was burning up all my memory in that I have assigned to this particular course shell. So you'll see here the most recent articles are in a UMBC Google Drive that's linked back here. Okay, so and I put that up at the top on purpose. So the most recent articles that I've read and dropped in here for you guys, if you want to take a look, are at this link here, and there's a bunch of articles beyond that. Okay, you do not have to use these. This is here like for those of you who are like, well, I don't know what I want to write about. Okay, well, go in here and peruse my little library. It's designed there to help you, give you ideas for your paper. And, there's stuff that's interesting, and maybe you find something just interesting on its own to read there. Okay, this is not required reading, to be very clear. This is just a resource for you guys to help you select your topic for your paper. Also, another item on that, you do not have to use, if you have a topic in mind already, that's great. I want you to, whatever topic you choose for this paper, I want it to be something you're really interested in and passionate about. So it does not have to be something that you find in this folder here, in this module. This is just a supportive guide. Okay, so you're not required to find your topic in here. It's just a resource for you. Okay, so that is the walkthrough of your course shell for Health IT Policy and Administration. I hope you found this helpful.